most honorable listeners and masters of the martial arts. I am Travis. Was I loud?
I'm Chris.
And I'm Big Los.
And this is CTE, and this is going to be an experience for you.
All of us.
Wait, was I loud? Was I super loud on that one?
He was
Y'all face was like.
No.
I was trying to figure out what.
I think Chris caught me in the middle of a conversation too. I was in the middle of a conversation with my wife as she was walking by.
You was like,
We're live.
We on now.
Yeah, we live. That's how everything goes, man. And if you didn't know, we are sponsored by the Virtual Fight Tour. And this past week, there was Virtual Fight Tour Last Man Standing. They are doing great things, and they are going to be out. Just look out for all the new stuff that's coming out. Make sure you go to virtualfighttour.com and support and subscribe and watch some of those videos and get some lessons about how to actually become better competitors. All right, Chris, Los. It's been a while, man. I haven't seen y'all in a while, man.
You stopped. Yeah, a little clip. You came in.
Yeah,
I was gone the week before that.
Yeah,
right.
Little quick clip and just say hi. How's everything? Miss you guys, man. Miss being on the show, man.
Well, we miss you too, Travis.
We definitely missed you.
The show is not the same without you. Just so
it definitely wasn't, because I was sitting there like, what are y'all saying? What is happening? I can't say anything right now. But yeah, I'm gonna throw in my little 2 cents about Karate Combat and Ocean State, and also we got the rankings. I'm going to debut the rankings this week.
Noise.
Yeah. So, all right, but
we're debuting the rankings on our show.
On our show, we are going to debut the rankings.
Who is the top dog?
Yes. All right.
This is based off of what, the first 3 tournaments or something? There's only been 2 tournaments, right? 2 big events.
No. No, remember he explained all that?
Oh yeah. So.
Oh, you might not have been there.
He wasn't paying
That
attention.
might have been.
Basically,
That might have been. He was absent. Remember?
We'll get to that in that part, that segment of the show, man. We'll get to that in the segment because it's a little
catch me up.
Complex about what's going on. No, I don't think
right, because we got to talk. That's what I was saying. I think that was
that's what Chris is trying to say, but you said I wasn't paying attention.
Right?
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Come on, man.
Thanks,
I got
thanks for
you.
looking out for me, bro. Appreciate it.
It's brotherly love.
Yeah.
You don't pay attention, Los.
Anyway, how the last couple of weeks, man? Last week, man. How you guys, man? I'm going to ask some questions, Los. Oh, Los drink. Los got his apple juice today, so this is gonna be a good show.
It's apple. It's apple. Yes, sir.
Apple.
It's gonna be a good show. How was you guys last week, man? I got some comments on some of the stuff that somebody did on this pod, man. I wanted to experience something. But go ahead, Chris. Los, how was y'all past week, man?
My week was good. My son had a baseball tournament down in Myrtle Beach, so went down there. Was down there since Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
The event was Friday and Saturday. The Saturday events got canceled because of rain, so it kind of rained it out. But he played on Friday, which was cool. They won 1 game, lost a game, and the weather wasn't great. Like, I mean,
yeah.
So, but yeah, it was good experience. Came back late last night. That's pretty much it for me.
Chris?
It's spring break here for us, so we had camp and we had everything going
last week too.
Yeah. Oof, that was a busy one.
So
for
you guys
us.
do before Easter?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But now that was good, and then what did we do? Weekend is always busy. Family with the kids and everything. We didn't do anything. Go anywhere or anything like that. We just kind of kicked it at the house for Easter, so it was real low key. So it was nice.
Easter egg hunt?
Yeah, of course. Baskets and Easter eggs and all that. Yeah, man.
I don't know. All right. So as you guys know, I wasn't here last week, man. I was actually on the cruise.
Cruising.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. You deserve it.
Right. You really do.
I've been working hard, man. I've been really actually
you
working
deserve
hard.
it, man.
But so it was a friend of mine's birthday, so we went on the cruise. And on Sunday, we leave at 6:30, man. We leave the port at 6:30, and we're having dinner at 9:30. And all of a sudden, hey, there's an announcement saying, hey, there's a medical emergency. met that, can you guys come to Deck 7's medical emergency? But we sitting there. The restaurant was like a Korean steakhouse, like they cook it funny and everything. And so um, we're sitting there and we're just eating. They had like games and stuff like that, drinking games, all kind of crazy stuff, right? So we having fun. 11 o'clock, we leave out of there, and they're like, "We're turning around. We're going back to Miami." What? Uh, and then when I woke up the next morning, because I think we got back in like an hour and a half, like 2 hours. Man, when I tell you, they said that a woman fell out of her room and onto the deck. Uh, I was like, wait, what? And then, so we thought it was just like somebody older who had like a medical issue, but no, somebody literally fell, and it was all on the news and stuff like that. Like I was just sitting there like, this is actually kind of wild. They had the police on the boat because they never said,
They
but
thought foul play was afoot.
it might be because it was like right after that. Yeah, I was on the Virgin Cruise. Yeah, I was on that Virgin Cruise, and they were just like, yeah, no. I was like, what, are you serious? Like, and it happened on our side of the room on the boat. So like, a friend, she looked out and she saw like the the police tape and everything like that. So I was just like, so it kind of had like a damp at the beginning of the cruise because it was like we were all excited, and so they told us we weren't going to Honduras anymore. We were going to Cozumel. I'm like, geez, that's not like I wanted to go to Honduras.
Why did that change?
We weren't gonna make our port time, right? So like they had a certain time they had to be there and leave, and they weren't gonna make that time, and so we had to go. They had to find. I guess they had to find another port that we could go to.
Right.
We ended up
Within
going
the
to
time.
Cozumel. Yeah, and they slow rolled it too because we were supposed to go to Honduras and then to Costa Maya, Mexico, and then the Bahamas. And we only ended up going to Cozumel, so it was just kind of.
Where's Honduras at?
Honduras is more southern. It's like right above
Costa Rica?
No, a little bit further down there. It's down there by Venezuela and all that stuff down there. Well, not Venezuela. Well, South America. It's down there. So
you scared me.
Yeah, it's down,
I'm just gonna leave you alone.
It's down there. It's down on the tail connecting. But anyway, so it's down there, and so I was kind of disappointed because I had never been there, and Cozumel was, it is what it is. But we made the best of it. We started having a lot of fun on the boat, man. And
do the windows open on the cruise? Like, how do you fall from your room to?
So on Virgin Cruises, everybody a lot of them have balconies, right? So a lot of them have balconies, and they got like the little hammock y'all saw, like that I was sitting in, so you could just sit on there. But I mean, for it would she didn't have time. I'm sitting there thinking she couldn't have that much time to get that drunk to fall off the balcony. And they did talk to the boyfriend or whatever, and they took him off the boat. And a lot of people got off the boat the next day. I guess because some people saw it, like they saw her fall and heard her scream and all that stuff, and hit, and they were trying to revive her and everything. So, yeah, there was a lot of talk going on the next day, and it was like. Yeah, so yeah, it was kind of a trip there, but other than that, it started to pick up toward the end. Some of the stuff that was pretty cool, man. I'm gonna talk about that another time. About just tell y'all about the experience that we had.
Cool.
What, Chris?
What? Yes.
Tell everyone about what happened this past weekend. The results. Let's go ahead and get some sport karate stuff, and because I know that's what people are here. This past weekend, sport karate results.
Oh, the one event that I kept up with a little bit was the USA Sport Karate Knuckle Up in Orlando, Florida, and that had some good fights. Had a lot of set fights and stuff. The overall grand championship for the men came down to John and Brian won that.
Did I would assume there's a Christian fight or?
I do not know. I only it was shoot, I'm trying to remember the final four. It was Grayson from Diamond. He just moved up to adults. He's a super, super tall kid. He trains with John, and then Brian. And I'm honestly, I'm drawing a blank on who got this fourth spot.
Shad?
No.
But all right. Los,
That's-
give us the recap of what happened at the UFC. I know you watched it this weekend.
I did watch it though. I did watch it.
Oh, you did watch it?
I did watch it.
Oh, yes.
I want to hear your reaction to everything that happened down here. That's what the crazy. I got back Saturday night.
Right.
Was it in Miami?
It was
Yes,
in
it
Miami,
was.
and I did not realize it until like I was leaving to
That's
go to dinner
crazy.
that it was that night. And I
That's
was gonna.
trad. Yo, that was
should've
crazy
went.
because you know what? For that little bit of moment, you got like mad excited, like, "Oh, where I'm at right now."
I should have went.
Like a
Honestly,
little
I
kid.
can't
You was
just
like a
go
little kid, though.
going. I should have
Yeah,
gone.
it was right. It was right here. I should have went.
I should have went.
Okay.
I should have went.
No, I didn't
I'm
watch all
always
the
in the
fights.
right spots. But go ahead.
What fights did I watch? Actually, I did watch all the fights. I felt that Gilbert Burns I felt Jorge Masvidal. He just didn't care. Like, he was like, you know what? This is my last fight. I'm gonna give it a little bit, but this is your win. You got it. I'm retiring. So I thought that was all right. I mean, he's on decline anyway, I think.
Do you think he's going to stay retired? Because a lot of people say they retire and then they come back.
It depends on how quick he go through his money. Right? If you start going through his money kind of quick, what do you think,
right.
Chris?
He got his Game Bread Fight League. Does the boxing just so he's kind of gotten into the promoting side of it and kind of doing that.
Yeah, so if he's going to something different, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe
I think he's kind of moving on from that.
Good for him. Then the fight with the championship fight, I thought honestly I was surprised first of all how big the other kid was. What's his name? What's the dude's
Pereira?
name? Pereira. I didn't, like he's big.
Bro, did you see that picture on Instagram that I took me and Robbie and Mark is Robbie's other
at Karate Combat?
At Karate Combat?
Yeah,
bro,
he was there.
Bro, I stood next to him like
he's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big
he made Izzy look small, and Izzy I felt was kind of tall, right? But he's also a big, like he's like a big skinny. Like you get what I'm saying? Like like a solid skinny. So thought the fight was good. I thought Izzy did a good job kind of baiting him in. And you could tell he was just waiting for that one moment to throw that shot, and it clipped him, and you could just see it kind of like at first it looked like it hit him, and he kind of like bucked a little bit, but you weren't sure if he was really hurt.
Right.
And then when he started coming with the next one, you already see him start buckling, crumbling. It was a wrap. Yeah. So
the second one, it looked like he brushed off that first one pretty easy, and then the second one hit, and I don't know if it clipped him like right in the temple or where it hit him, but he went down like it.
He was done. Yeah.
But he also had a pretty bad weight cut. Because he looked sucked out and dried at Karate Combat. Like I was like, man, this is a week out, and you look you fair, whatever y'all talk about. I'm good.
You said pause.
Right.
Down in Miami.
Hey, that cruise. That is. We'll talk about that.
Everything gonna have something tied back into slipping back into something that we can't talk about on this show.
Jesus. But anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, no, he didn't. I mean, I thought he was walking him down. I thought Alex was just stalking him and kind of moving, and he was baiting him and moving.
Was he?
It was 50-50. No. It's a 50-50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I believe that was Izzy's plan, was to kind of move him, tire him out, let him walk down, and let him walk into a couple of things. And that's how Pereira fights. So,
yeah, honestly, I haven't seen Izzy hit somebody like that in a long time. Where
he had bad intentions with that. He tried to hit him hard.
He had real bad intentions. So I thought it was good, man. I was happy for him. Like you mean to kind of come back out, get refocused.
Right.
Sometimes when you on a winning streak and you're doing stuff the way you do it, like you get caught out there, and it's like you got to refocus.
Right.
It happened to Amanda Nunes. Like you mean, she got caught out there. She had to refocus. Like you mean, get back locked in. So it's like sometimes that's got to happen to kind of, I don't want to say humble you, but to reset you, like put you back in that game.
To remind you what it's like to be the hunter and not the hunted all the time. You know what I mean?
Well, I always say this is really true. It's hard to stay hungry when you're eating. right? Like
exactly.
if you're
Yeah.
eating, like you are
Yeah.
sitting there fat, like dog, it's
Yeah.
hard to stay motivated and focused and hungry. Like it's just
Listen,
not.
I still eat though, just so you know, I'm still hungry.
Yeah, but you're not
Yeah,
hungry.
I know, but
You're
I'm
just
fat.
sitting there
But
gluttonous.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like look, when you eating, you fat. Then
So
you want to
I
eat no
gotta stay
more.
hungry.
No,
You know what
I'm still eating. I'm still hungry, Travis. I'm still hungry.
Oh,
Right.
No, you know who I'm waiting to get her revenge is Sabalenka, Valenko there.
Valentina.
Like Valentina,
Yeah.
that's
Got to get that on
because
the get back.
she's the person I really like watching fight. So I need to see her get hers back, and then the world is rebalanced the way it's supposed to be.
Right. Shout out to I guess Ross, one of Ross's training partners, Rob Font from New England Strength at the same gym. Ross actually stayed down in Miami for the week after Karate Combat to go over there and support his teammate. He caught him with the KO with the whop and then whop whop whop.
Yeah,
So
I didn't see it.
if you don't, he slipped. It was the fight right before the Gilbert Burns Masvidal fight. Slipped
was
out,
it?
caught him. Yeah. Wow! Hit him with a hard knee right hook. Fair. And then that's it, man. There were some other really good fights. Kevin Gastelum fight was really good. Chris versus Chris Curtis. Kevin Gastelum won. That was probably I think that one fight of the night. And then I thought Michelle Waterson should have won that fight. But
Karate
she did
Mama?
not. Karate, yeah, the Karate Girl. Yeah.
There you go, Trav. That was it for me.
all right. Good recap of the UFC. Anything else happened this weekend in the sport martial arts realm before we get into some good stuff real quick?
No, sir. I don't know.
Okay. All right. There's a couple things that that you guys didn't talk about last week that I wanted to talk about.
What? Okay. A couple things we did not.
That you guys did not speak on and I want to talk about. One thing there was a controversial thing that was happening. And I'm not sure, Christian, you're more in touch with the rules than I am as far as the changes and stuff.
Yes.
But there was Kevin Walker was fighting Michael Macri.
Okay.
And there was this discussion about pushing out of bounds. And I wasn't really sure what this was, because they were saying I don't know if they were saying that Kevin got pushed out of bounds or Kevin did the pushing, but he was arguing and he was trying to get and I was trying to like, they were saying that it was like a legal move to push the person out of bounds or something like that to get the point. It was something really weird. I was like, wait, what is actually happening right here? Because it's like
I am unaware of any nonsensical tomfoolery that is allowing to push somebody to get them to go out of the bounds.
To get them to go out of bounds.
Listen, no.
And then they went out of bounds, they get a point.
No. If they go out of bounds on their own fruition and without any contact, and this is why I got upset with the other part of the show, with the fight, with the night, at the thing. When you make contact and you go out of bounds, you make contact and you go down. Unless it's the fall, you can tell when it's intentional. Other than that, no. If you get pushed out, that's not your fault. You are still okay. That should not be a point to any other side. So I don't know what rule or what fight you're talking about. What
question? When you say pushed out, if I sidekick you out of the ring,
yes, it's a push out.
Being pushed out.
If I sidekick you and if I throw a
roundhouse kick and you're moving, you go out of the ring. Is that me pushing you out still?
Wait, if you throw a roundhouse kick?
If I throw a roundhouse kick and you go out of the ring as I'm throwing a roundhouse kick, is that me pushing you out?
It depends on if that's in the general movement. If my general movement, if we were in the center of the ring and you threw that round kick and I would cut that angle and I would have done the same thing and moved out of the ring, then that's in the fight.
But if you're backing up and I throw a roundhouse kick,
yes,
and my roundhouse kick hit your front hand,
and I keep going backing up and I go out, that's a judgment call. I would call you out.
But it was contact though.
That's not a push though. There's a push. It's called a push. You have to be pushed. Either, like, if you're blitzing at me and I sidekick and I fall out of bounds, that's not really an out of bounds. I'm not running out of bounds. I'm not going out of bounds to avoid anything. The call should be to avoid the technique, to move out of the way, and that ensues you going out of bounds. And 1 foot out of bounds is out of bounds. But you can't like blitz me and I'm close to the edge and then you push me at the end of your blitz and I fall out of bounds and
So
you get a point because I go out of bounds.
you move.
That's not a thing.
But Chris, if I blitz, you move, I go out of bounds. Is that out of bounds?
It should be. I would call it out of bounds. I don't care because no contact was made. You were not in control of your technique. Therefore, you went out of bounds in pursuit of that technique. That's what I would call. Because no contact was made. You tried to blitz. The other guy went, whoop, ole, and you went, oh, out of bounds. Sorry, that's out of bounds. 1 point over the other side.
So, okay.
But I wasn't out of bounds. So I was actually blitzing you and you moved out of the way.
And then you went out of bounds at the end of your blitz.
But if you would have stayed there, I would have hit you.
Doesn't matter. I didn't. And therefore, you went out of bounds and not controlling that technique.
But how is that? No, that's not how that's supposed to work.
That is exactly the rule. That's how the rule is written. If you can't control your technique and you go out of the bounds without the contact, then you're out of bounds.
And then the other person gets a point. See, that's where I have the problem, right?
In the rule setting, in the current rule setting, that's the thing.
Well, that's the problem I have is just the point because that our points are not. It's not like we're scoring 90 points. You know what I mean? It's not like you're getting a free throw and you get 90 points.
It's kind of close to 90 points.
Nowhere near 90 points. Even a high score in 17,
15, 16, you know, that's a lot of points.
1 point can really 1 point.
If you compare it to tennis, it's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. Compared to soccer, that's a lot of points.
Well, first off, a tennis match, it's a lot of different. It's game, set, match. It's a whole bunch of stuff that go on for points before you get to that rim. So I just don't like the fact that you're getting a point the first time you step out of bounds. I just don't like that, especially when it's not a hard rule. If I'm kicking and I fall out of bounds, or if I'm kicking, I get kicked out of bounds, or if I'm moving and then you know what I mean? Like it's certain things that will happen that cause that are natural martial arts movements that make you go out of bounds.
Okay, so what
not to mention, if I don't go out of bounds, I may get hit because I can't move to my left because the judge is standing there.
I 100% agree with that one too. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to eliminate my opinion as an official. Your opinion as an official. They're trying to make things a little bit more black and white to where 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I don't really care unless it's you get forced out by a technique one way on the offensive side or defensive side. If you get forced out, then you're out. They're supposed to provide mats big enough to 6x6, I guess, to allow you to do that.
Okay. So if I blitz you and you move out of the way and I go out, that's kind of like a force out, isn't it? Like you forced me to go out because you can say this so I can hit you.
No, you forced yourself out with your technique. Had you not thrown the technique, you wouldn't have gone out of bounds.
I shouldn't throw techniques.
Because you might move and I go out of bounds.
But it's the risk. If you throw a blitz and I throw a side kick, that's the same risk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the thing I was saying there is they were saying that.
But no, you can't push somebody and get a point.
Push somebody out. Literally push. So you're blitzing and push them out of bounds.
They
went out of bounds regardless. They should get the point. And I was like, well, that's just ridiculous. Like that's
somebody actually got physically pushed, like two hands on, pushed out of the ring.
Yes.
And they gave a point.
They were supposed. I think one person got a point for it, and another person did the same thing and didn't get the point. I think that's what was going on because I didn't hear. They had the audio off, so I couldn't hear what was actually happening or what the argument was. And you know, it wasn't like they were tracking the camp. Never mind, everybody gets all that. But some of the action happened off camera, so we couldn't see what was actually happening. So it was kind of like, okay, I don't know what's going on. They're just arguing right now, and I just kept seeing people doing like this, like, and they're like, no, that's a point. And then both sides were just arguing, and I was trying to figure out what this was. But so I think it was during the open weight. I think it was during open weight or super fight, but I'm not sure which one it was. All right. Let me see where I want to go.
What else you got for Ocean States? Because you.
Yeah, I got
like
a couple
different
topics. I got a couple different topics. One, it's gonna be real quick. It's just my opinion. Katana's a '90s fighter. Like the moment they say go, she's coming off that line, right? And I remember watching her fight Katarina, and I could tell she was trying a different style than what she's used to, right? With the angles and moving and making her miss. And I thought when she decided to be herself and fight Katarina right on the line, she was more herself, and she got up and started winning the fight. I know she was because she throws those spinning hook kicks and things like that. But when I watched that fight, when she was being herself, being her natural aggressive fighter style, she was having more success because a lot of the women right now have not figured out how to fight Katarina because they've never seen a fighter like Katarina. They just have this group has not seen that. Like, you know what I mean?
I had to remember what you said, and I had to go. Okay,
this group has not seen a woman fighter like her. Like when you start talk about kickers that are their generation, that's what Raylan and Drew, and they're not, they're lift their leg and pump as opposed to I'm gonna pick my leg up 1, 2, 3, and I'm not moving forward. I'm just gonna use my length and kick at you like pop, 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 pop. I'm not overcommitting or anything like that. So I think the ladies are trying to figure out how to get used to. They have to get used to this style of Katarina, how to fight her. And watching that, it's just like the more they're fighting, the more comfortable they're getting being in front of her, and their confidence is going to actually grow. So I'm watching that the development there, as well as the development with Katarina, because she's been used to fighting a certain way, and then sooner or later somebody's gonna find something and find it and find it and find it again and start the older women have it, the younger women in the division that came up with her and juniors have. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Mike. But I just, the way they fight her is they're trying to figure it out. Like as they still look like they're still trying to figure it out how to fight her. And so it's actually interesting in the development. Now, something that was said last week, I'm about to play it. I'm gonna try to because I had a comment on it because I was trying to understand what was happening here, but I'm gonna play it. Let me know if y'all can't hear it or not.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of good young talent. We've been saying that for a while. I think by the end of this year, there's going to be a lot of different champions. So what was interesting? Jeff, I saw it was like a memory of a post that you posted. It was a fight of Chelsea Nash and Gina Thornton at Grand Slam.
Grand Slam. It's a good fight.
It was a very good fight, and that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know what? I had a thought. I thought, okay, that was 10 years ago. If either one of those two fucked them from 10 years ago, they would have won the whole tournament.
Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm not saying anything on the fighters or today. I'm not. Look at those two fighters and you just look at the skill level of what they were doing then. Like, my goodness, they're that dang good. They were that dang good.
All right. Chelsea, all-time great fighter, a woman fighter. It just is what it is. It's nothing about that. Now, if you want to say that Chelsea would have gotten back in there and would have won, either one of them would have won that. I mean, Chelsea, can't argue with you. Like there's probably a good chance Chelsea would have won that, right? But Katana has beaten Gina, right? Like so. I think it was still sliding Katana in that realm. Not, you know what I mean? Like it's just like I don't like to throw let's saying like if you take Ray and throw him in today's he's gonna win. It's like yeah, but it's not. It has nothing to do with that right now. Like it's really has to do with the fighters of right now in their development. And you guys just kind of sat. I was like, hey, they ain't gonna challenge him on this one. I'm like, dang, look, come on now, because it was just kind of.
Yeah, that might be one of the times I wasn't really paying attention to.
He said every time I heard that voice, I went.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that, Chris. I paid attention to some of the stuff, but no, I got you. No, I see. I understand what you're saying, Trav. So you're saying that we should have.
Should have challenged him on that one. They should have challenged him on that one because like I think the women fighters of today, this era, is actually better than the fighters in Chelsea's era.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like,
and it's the depth is more.
There's a lot more depth.
There's a lot different. There's a lot of different styles. Not everyone's just picking their leg up and kicking.
And intelligence.
Right. Like I agree 100% with you. I don't know.
Why didn't you agree with him last week then?
Huh?
You heard it. Why didn't you agree with it last week? You heard it. You let it just be said. You ain't speak up.
I'm agreeing with what Travis said as a whole. I think this class of ladies is generally better than the class of ladies we've seen in quite a few years, with the exception of the few standouts. And the few standouts that we usually talk about are the same standouts. And who else is there?
And they can fight in any generation. So I'm saying I'm not mad. I'm not mad that I'm not saying that they wouldn't win. You know, I'm not saying Chelsea or Gina wouldn't win, but I don't know if it would be a foregone conclusion that it would just, no matter what, easily, hands down. It's like these young ladies can fight. Like I don't know. I mean, they're different styles. It's not like you're just gonna fight somebody who's just picking up and chasing after and Chelsea and baby.
Like there's a lot of them too.
Easy. Huh?
Like there's a lot of young ladies now fighting.
There are a lot. Like I said, the depth is bigger and the styles.
And aren't stupid.
No, not at all.
And aren't
so you're
just
saying
relying
that
on their
back in the day were
talent.
stupid?
No, they just didn't always think and do things.
They seem like they just threw techniques.
That's what he's saying though. Like, you know, like
I'm saying that group used to like they just threw techniques as opposed to thinking, and that's where Chelsea just
hoping.
I
hope this hits. I'm gonna pick up my leg and I hope I kick her.
Right, and Chelsea would just make everybody miss and pick them apart.
So Chelsea was a thinker.
Definitely.
Chelsea saying the other people, the generation that she was fighting with, weren't really thinkers.
Yeah, that's my sense. So
I couldn't really tell you who that generation was. So.
I know.
He's a poking.
Like,
he's a poking.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they are like.
I wasn't really there like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think they were more like, you know, all right, we here. I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna throw this, as opposed to setting things up. And that's why
I got some people in my my head that I'm thinking that you're talking about. That was in that generation, I believe. I'm just trying to, maybe I'm categorizing the wrong generation, so I'm just going to kind of keep it to myself. But I get what you're saying.
It's the generation after what you're thinking. It's the generation. Chelsea dominated in the generation after the Regina Claire. They didn't fight as much. They were like they would come out every now and then. It was
that's not. Yeah, so that's so
that's
the
not that.
So the pool you're talking about is the generation of people that I remember kind of seeing and kind of okay.
What?
That's why I just said. That's why I just said okay.
That's exactly right there. That's exactly what it was. It's kind of like okay.
All right. Let's move on.
We'll talk about it after the show. I'll throw some names out.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after the show. All right, let's move on real quick. I may save that one. I'll stick to this one. Katana and the Katarina fight, right? The last fight. Real quick. I think you guys hit on a lot of it, but I think one thing I wanted to note was that Katana changed her fight style once she got up. She changed her fight style, and more so than her going out of bounds was the reason why she stopped her aggressiveness. She was not being herself. And
she fought to protect the lead.
Yeah, to protect the lead as opposed to just doing what got her the lead in the first place. And unfortunately, I think she's done that a couple times, which is something that she's going to have to adjust to in the future. But other than that, I mean, she proved right. I mean, she showed that she can win this fight. You know what I mean? Yeah, Linda, she does, and I think that's something that she's going to have to get overcome in the future because she has these wins and it's right there, and then she just I don't know if she loses focus. I don't know where she just gets into it. I'm just not sure what's going on, but she's gonna have to stop that. But I don't know what to say. Like it's just like that, but she's right there, and then it's like So as opposed to, and I know you guys talked about the going out of bounds and everything, but to me, if she was doing her fight and going forward, those out of bounds wouldn't even be calls, because I think she would have continued to go there, because I think Katarina was thrown off at that moment. I think she was expecting Katana to keep moving and doing how she's fought her previously the last 2 or 3 times, and she didn't fight that way. She fought her fight, and I think Katarina was thrown off at first, and she let her come back. All right, now I saved that one. Yeah. All right, let's get into. I don't want to talk about teachers having organized fights, but we'll talk about that another time. Did you see that the woman got arrested for organizing basically
Fight Club
for her children? Like, that was just wild. We'll talk about that another time. All right, now it's time to get to these rankings, people. Oh wait, no,
I thought you didn't want Karate Combat.
My Karate Combat experience.
Your Karate Combat experience.
Yeah, that was cool, man. I mean, seeing Ross lay that dude out was funny. Seeing Robbie, I thought he won in 3.
Thank you,
I thought
he won the second and third. Like, I don't know.
And even the guys behind us, because I was in the stands with Ross at the time watching.
Right. We could hear you, or we could hear him.
Yeah,
I saw you.
And as we're watching it, some of the people were like, oh, they're going to a 4th round. I was like, yeah, I don't know, but because I was saying like maybe they had it tied or something like that, and then Ross was telling me that.
Come on, man.
Basically, if the judges want a 4th round, they'll type. It doesn't have to be tied. They say, I want to see a 4th round. And so the judges say it, they got to do a 4th round. So they had to go in there and do a 4th round. And Robbie continued and he won. So I was happy to see that. I was happy to interact with different people. I don't know if I want to tell that story about
the flew in.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to tell that story about let's just say it was somebody who was flown out from Vegas with one of the fighters, and they were very friendly to me.
Wow.
Maybe I'll do
super
that
extra.
Hey, that was just hilarious. And then dude came out there mad because he lost.
He lost.
Because he lost.
That was the text you sent me.
I was like, yo, you know what? I don't need to be over here. Up here fighting some dude who says he's from Hong Kong, but he's really from Russia. It sounds like, but I don't get it. It's weird. Anyway,
it's Miami experience, bro. That's a Miami experience.
That's just weird. All right, man. Now, all right, but I enjoyed going to Karate Combat, man.
That's your second one, right? You came up to one in Orlando, right?
Yeah, I came up to the one in
Ross's
Orlando.
Ross's first one, or the title one?
I came to Ray's fight.
Oh, okay.
I went to Ross's. Was it Glory in Orlando?
Yeah,
I think it was a Glory in Orlando. What part?
I don't know. Probably talking about.
But all right. So let's see. All right. Now it's time for the rankings, people.
Rankings. What we got? What you gonna do, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna share.
Oh, we sharing. You showing a little preview?
Yeah. Look at go. Website's on. It's pretty much done. I'm working on some last minute tweaks, but the rankings, people. We're gonna get to the rankings real quick. All right. So women lightweight sparring came out. These are the top 10 right now, based off of. So just so you guys know, so Hemina right now is the top lightweight women fighter. Next to that is Lisa Hayne, Cassandra De La Barrera, Federica Trovaluska, Francesca Cici, Katuska, Sanchez, Nina, Christina, Hope, Sandra. Now, this is all based off the last 18 months of how many competitions they've done. Not just the competitions that they've done, but the places they got in the competition, what divisions they fought in, who was there in their divisions that they actually beat. And it's all calculated. Different weights to the division. So if you got 12 people in your division who are known fighters or known competitors, that win means more than if you go to a tournament and nobody's there. So you don't get the same amount of points. All right. Until I get the everybody's pictures. Women traditional weapons is Haley Glass, Sarah Campbell, Amber Rutherford is third, Melina Pecci is fourth, Lane Barrett Murray is fifth, Rose is sixth, Connie is seven, Connie Shelton, Caitlin McMillan 8, Lynn McGann Barclay is 9, and Lindsay Letford is 10. So now we'll go to women's CMX, and that's Haley Glass, Sarah Campbell, Melina, Eden, Francesca. All right. Men traditional forms, Diego Rodriguez Flores, Mason Stoll, Joey Castro, Cameron Cross, William Smart, Larry Gonzalez, Jeff Doss, Sam Diaz, Andrew Cabalon, and Michael Broom. Men lightweight sparring, Tyson Ray, Oscar Garcia, Borislav Radulov, Tyreek Saint, John Corotolo, Blake Spencer 6, Rashad Eugene, 8th is Trent Spence, 9 is Dominic Meyer, 10 is Andre Espinoza. And men's CMX forms is Rashad Eugene, Salif Solis, Dawson Hope, Diego Rodriguez Flores, Esteban Tremblay, Cameron Winnington, Alex Johanovich, William Nevitt, Shaquan Parson, and Jake Presley, which shocks me that he is that low. And it's based off the results and them competing in those divisions. Any thoughts first off, Chris?
No, because when you said the amount of tournaments that they competed in and who was there, so some of these names don't really surprise me. If I was looking at it, who I thought would win in head to head, I don't know if I agree with some of them. I do agree with some of them, but
you don't agree that Haley Glass would win women's CMX weapons?
I said I agree with some of them, and I don't agree with some of them. So, yeah, no, I like what you're doing. I see. I like how you mixed in with the internationals. That kind of throws off some of the people that you would think. And also, the amount, like I said, the amount of tournaments and who fought who.
I think that is going. I think by the end of this year, it's going to be completely different. Just because I think the Europeans will have a full year of competitions under their belt about how many competitions they've competed in, and their rankings and stuff like that will change. Right. Because I think the beginning of last year, a lot of them were still under COVID rules, and they didn't have a lot of the tournaments.
Right. Last year, and we still haven't had the Irish Open in the last couple of years.
We still do not have.
So, we don't have a lot of events that they typically would have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, I do think things will probably shake up a little bit more. They got a few events coming up.
Stephen A used to say, "This list is fluid. It's going to come out It's going to keep coming out."
I hit it with that eye roll, Lois.
You don't like Stephen A, man?
No, I like Stephen A.
All right, I'm about to do the next group. Quick.
Don't say quick. This is going to take a little while.
Well, you're old, so everything just goes slow for someone like you.
Mm.
All right, time to run this thing.
What you running?
The calculation.
It's coming, Chris.
Okay.
He's doing it right now. He's actually.
Oh, he's
right now. Pulling the new ones out of here, man, so people can see them. But so this one will be the men's CMX weapons, the men welterweight, the men's CMX forms, and the women middleweight.
Dude, how you only got one picture of one person?
Because I don't want to steal pictures from people, and I was planning on
Oh,
getting
yeah.
everybody's pictures when I was at.
Oh yeah, you don't want to steal
Ocean
pictures
State.
from people because you don't want to be you don't want to be getting no notices.
Man. People, I asked people to reach out to people and try and help me with all of this stuff, but people just kind of just flaked and didn't do anything. So I had to
I don't know anybody.
So it's always like that, it's just unfortunate how things pan out like that. You know what I mean?
Maybe now they know that they're that they are ranked right now. Maybe we can get their pictures now.
Yeah, if you know anybody.
Yeah, maybe
you are anybody on the list.
Yeah, maybe when you reshare this, you could put, hey, we have the main, rankings up. We need your picture so we can put your face with the rank, and then boom.
Send us the picture that you would like to be posted.
Yeah,
this is true, but then I'm going to change it anyway. So, because they're gonna have all these weird backgrounds, they're gonna be standing there looking weird and all, and it's gonna look weird anyway. So
you can't win for trying. If I'd have got them to got pictures sent it. And none of these pictures is good enough, big dog.
I'm actually I got to take your pictures again, sir.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Some of them came out all right. Another one's just kind of like, okay, doggone it.
Do we have the other one coming up anytime soon?
It came with an error, but
Is it a user error?
Wait a minute. Oh no. Why are y'all coming up with errors right now? I'll skip it. I'm gonna do another division then. Which one of y'all are breaking me? I ain't got time for this. I'm fixing in post or not. How you feeling over there, Los?
Huh?
How you feeling over there? You sound sleepy.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if you were here last week, but we did almost a 2-hour show last week.
We did one of them inside scoop shows, because
y'all went pretty long there. All right. So it's not the people I said it was gonna be, but completely different divisions that I just ran. All right, let's see who came up.
Yeah, seriously, Jeopardy theme song. Thank you, Shay. You're absolutely right. Yeah, jeez. Got all the other sound effects. Why can't we have that sound effect? I should have brought it up.
Trademark, sir. Trademark.
Hey, that was good. Oh yeah, that's right. Trademark. My bad. We don't want to have another letter come to us.
Thank you.
Not to us, to Travis.
To Travis, they're finna call us.
Exactly. All right, men traditional weapons.
Oh, we're moving
Jake
on. Okay,
Presley.
All right.
Oh. Yes. Awesome. Dawson Holt. Sam Diaz third. Rashad is fourth. Alex Jahanovas. Esteban Tremblay is 6. Diego is 7. Donovan Gale. Michael Brume. Sam Brume. And this is women traditional form. I got to change all those. Gabrielle. Amber Rutherford is 2nd. Rose is 3rd. Lane Barrett is 4th. Caitlin Vaughn is 5th. Kaylin Kowalski is 6th. Pauline Sarah Mentis is 7th. Caitlin McMillan is 8th. Eva Cooper is 9th. And Reina Osuna is 10th. All right, women welterweight. Who do you think is the top person?
I don't know. I can't see it.
Exactly. That's why I'm not going to.
I don't know what you consider welterweight, because our American women only have 4 weight classes, and the European women have 6 or something.
It's 6, and it got tricky. So it was 2.
I know.
It got 2, 3, and 2.
So that throws me off. I wouldn't. I honestly, I wouldn't know where to go. I would have thought you would have done just light and heavy. Oh, nice.
But if you do that, you're gonna show the heavy, and you're gonna show all the other stuff too, right? So now we're gonna kind of already be looking.
Fender came out on top over
over Evelyn. Just consistency.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's consistency.
Yeah, wait a minute. How did you not know that Peyton Fender came out on top?
Because I just ran these things. I don't know who's winning these rankings. It's not my. I am just calculating what the results say, sir. So I don't know who's actually going to be number 1, and I am shocked that Sandro Gabriel Peters is the number 1 middleweight. And that is interesting.
Well, can you explain this again? Because I may have missed it.
Oh, that's right. You're slow. All right. So this is how this goes. First,
just so everybody else, because I may not be the only one missed it. Shay, tell me if you missed it, because I may not have been the only one missed it. But go ahead. Explain to us, Travis, how you're calculating this, or is it not you calculating? You put information in, and then it calculates it and runs it itself.
Basically, yes. So basically, what happens is this. Based off of
non-computer terms, like for us, like we're not
you
computer
got
programmers
a
like
certain
that.
amount of points for first place, second place, and third place. You don't get anything for fifth and all that other stuff, right? But if there are notable competitors, which we already have a list of, if it has if they have more than one or two or three, those are boosters for that division, right? So if you have, let's say you got 8 people in there, and 7 of them is just a stacked division, 7 people in there that are notable competitors, and you win that division, you are getting a modifier. Basically, you'll get extra points for winning that division. Versus if you go to a tournament and you're the only person in the division, you don't get the extra points.
Wait, if I'm the only person in the division, and then I win the overall grand and I win the heavyweight grand, I only get a little bit of points.
Compared to somebody who had to fight 6 times, and 3 of those fights were top dog fighters in national or international rankings.
If you tell me that somebody goes to a division, and let's just use the heavyweights, and they beat Brian, Cam, and Avery in that division, the heavyweight division, versus somebody who wins the heavyweight overall, and it's none of these guys are here. It's just some local fighters that are not that good. And you're supposed to get the same amount of points for winning that division versus winning the division with all these heavyweights, these top-notch fighters. No, you don't get the same amount of points. There's extra points that are given to you if you win a division when people are actually good competitors are actually there. Yeah, so I didn't do
Oh, that's why Francesca might be low, because she's been split between the two divisions.
Yeah, that's and I can tell you right now, I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen to Elijah, because he's in minus 74 and minus 79, and minus 74 is 163 and under, which is basically welterweight over here. And then so and then he splits his points between the two. So, but then when he fights over here, he's fighting like middle.
Chris a heads up when he doesn't see it where it's supposed to be. You're like, Chris, this is the reason why.
Well, he didn't say that. I figured that out.
Yeah, he figured that out.
He's going to be.
But that's why Francesca is in both these divisions.
Right. Her name was just what I noticed because she's in both divisions.
She's in both divisions, so she's got points.
Because I know she's very active and she has a lot of competitors, and she does very well in the open weight classes usually. So I was curious to see her that low in that division, but seeing the points being split makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. So there's nothing I can do about that. You find
it's what it is, big dog.
It is what it is. So, which is why Elijah's third here in the middleweights. It looks like. And Sandro is not over Alex Macias. Christian is 2. Elijah's 3rd. Alex Macias is 4th.
I'm surprised to see Coca that low. To be honest.
Yeah, I am as well. Let me go back.
Brian, Cam, Avery, Tolley, Cardo.
Now remember when we tested this out a couple of weeks ago, Avery was second and Cam was third, and this past weekend Cam winning that at Ocean State has flipped them to where Cam is now in the second place and Rick Avery's in third. So these, like I said before, this is all fluid ranking. So after each one of the events, so coming up the end of this month, which is 2 tournaments, it'll be Athens and Quebec are at the end of this month. So after each one of these tournaments, we will be updating the rankings to see where people stand in this. But yeah, so the last one, let's see if it's still going to throw me some errors here. How you doing over there, though, Los? You still all right?
You got a scrunch face.
Yeah, Mr. Grumpy Cat.
I'm not grumpy. I'm just going through my thoughts. I'm not tired yet either. I'm tired, but I'm not tired where I can't go through my thoughts. I'm just in my thoughts right now, just kind of thinking, like, what's happening here? The analytics.
Life is happening.
I understand the analytics of sport karate now.
Oh, yeah. So intriguing. Yeah.
The
Okay.
win percentage of when he's on the bench, when he's off the bench.
Well, you know,
No, we
maybe
don't.
I'll show you something real quick. This is the other thing that we are. So you go to someone. Let's say I'm typing since Tyson X. I don't think I'm Morgan. Since I have a picture of her, and this each person will be having their own different site with all of their videos that you can watch. So you can click
And
on
that's their
this.
Instagram, their TikTok, and all that stuff.
Yep. So it connects to their Facebook. As you can see it on. Oh wait, hold on. Let me change this banner. I don't know if y'all can see that. No, y'all can't see that anyway. But yeah, this connects to all of their social medias, and these are the type of pictures I'm gonna want to get. Uh, if you, so yeah.
That's cool, Mike.
So this is what's been going on, and it's based off of your teams. So it has your team colors and everything.
True.
Yeah. Um, so all right, let me make sure this thing is calculating correctly.
Still going?
I threw an error for one of them, and I don't know which one is throwing the error for one of these two rankings. Let me make sense. Anyway, and then we can finish this up, and we'll be out of here. That's how that's gonna feel better. All day. Well, you've done that before. It's not like it's a shocker.
What's that?
Fall asleep.
I've never fallen asleep before.
All right. So men welterweight sparring. All right, we got Bailey number 1, Elijah 2, Eric Zimmerman is 3, Jack is 4, Enrique is 5, Luis is 6, Jack Buckley is 7, Dominic Meyer is 8, Mason Bum is 9, Dwayne Moore is 10.
What?
Huh? He's been
Mason.
popping up, man. He's been popping up in this division.
Okay.
Katarina has taken the number 1 spot from women middleweight. Tina Below is 2, Brianna Nurse is 3, Morgan is 4, Beatrice Garcia is 5, Danny Alberger is 6, Jody Brown is 7, Linda Groot 8, 9 is Dominica Angelino, and Keisha Kushner is 10. Haley is the women's CMX forms. Gabrielle Dunn Rudolph, Caitlin Vaughn, Sammy Smith, Francesca Della Scrolovo, Andrea Guzman, Noelle Jellison, Solange Oliver, Caitlin McMillan, and Kylie Boyd. Okay. All right. So these will be updated monthly, I will say, for the rankings. I got to figure out what's going on with the men's CMX weapons for some reason. It's throwing the air. So one of those results is not being nice. But that's coming out. That's going to be soon. The website should be up probably in the next 2 weeks if you be launched, and of course the apparel store and everything. So, all right, you guys are ready. We're ready to get out of here. Thanks everybody
Ready?
for listening. We'll catch you guys next week, and we'll be talking about some new stuff. Yeah, I got some more topics that we need to talk about, but I didn't want to keep Los up too late. All right, people. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.